ほな行くでオリバー。
え、待ってよ。これが二の国。
せや、お前らの世界とは違うもう一つの世界や。
Hello and welcome. As some of you will know, I've been playing Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch on the PlayStation 3 over the past few weeks. I've just recently finished it and honestly it was amazing. I love just about everything the game had to offer. It's a true jrpg classic, and no wonder I've been recommended so many times, but I never got around to it. The story was pretty good. The dialogue was, I say, expertly written in my opinion, and the game played pretty well, even though I don't tend to normally play this type of games. It did feel pretty good. The story develops at good enough pace, and once you beat the one of the main villains towards the late game, you kind of start guessing what's coming up. But it still, throws some spanners in the works, and it does keep you engaged, definitely. The dialogue, which for me was the best part of the game, it wasn't just very well written, but I found it more often than not quite funny as well, which is not often something that I see in video games. They keep just a nice story and that, but I don't know, especially this fairy was epic. It was silly, at times quirky, and definitely goofy, but it landed super well, at least with me personally. The little fairy that sticks with us through the whole game, well, almost through the whole game, was getting annoying at the beginning, and I thought, okay, here we go, it's going to be one of those where you just get a lot of annoying dialogue and whatever. But honestly, before long, I fell in love with it. Despite not looking at all like a fairy, or not much like a fairy anyway. The gameplay, turn-based combat, was also super smooth, very easy to get used to. It's just a shame I didn't get to use as many special moves as I would liked, because yeah, I would have loved to see all ultimate moves from the familiars. The only two things I can think of that could have used some work will be when using Esther to separate a familiar, or to serenade a familiar, not to separate. Kind of like throwing your Pokeball in Pokemon games, and something similar. Where if there's only one familiar that you can possibly serenade, I don't understand why you have to confirm the target. That did get quite annoying. Especially as you have to collect quite a few of them. And I didn't even get the achievement to collect all the familiars, or collect 250 of them, not even all of them. I think you've got space for a few hundred. But yeah, they definitely didn't get to that. And overall, swapping characters after using a skill, it also felt a little bit clunky at times. Especially when you're really in a rush, before an enemy runs away or something like that, or before you get hit. Swapping the characters can be a little sluggish. But none of those things were major issues, far from them. Just I'm literally nitpicking almost at this point. So, what is Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch? Well, it is a 2011 Japanese action RPG. Yes, it is 12 years old at this point. PlayStation 3 anime-ish style that retells and rather reimagines the first game of the series, which was Ni no Kuni Dominion of the Dark Vision, released on the Nintendo DS a year prior. A remaster for Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch was also released in 2019, bringing the game to PS4 and Xbox One, and therefore backwards compatible on the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. The remaster is also available on Steam, where it has a tag of cute, and yes, the game is super cute. I've not checked anything on the remaster though, but I do hope it was a worthy one and none of the magic was lost, because the original was certainly pretty good. The game, pretty much as you go on a journey as a young wizardy boy to save your mother, you have a lot of battles, take control of many Pokemon, I mean familiars, and it as you become a hero so long you see the journey through, of course, you get to the end. In between you get gear, you can either find gear in chests and stuff like that, or you can buy some on a few shops around, and there's also crafting as well, which I didn't get much into, and to be honest I hardly ever play a game that I get much into crafting, I don't know why. The familiars that you get, you can level them up as well, and that's probably one of the longest things to do. Although you don't really have to, you can just select a few familiars of different types and just stick with them. It's probably a wise thing to do, to be fair, because it is quite difficult to level them. But they're useful at early levels, and then later on in the game they level up faster anyway, so it kind of balances out. And you do also meet some new characters that do accompany you on your journey, so you kind of make new friends. The game from start to finish was absolutely magical. It took me a bit of time to get into, because I was not used, and I am not used to reading that much text in a video game. But once I was hooked, I was playing it every day. For the past couple of weeks or so, I literally played it every day after work. And then on my week off, I finished the game. I've put around 90 hours into it, and I reckon I'll put a couple more at least, because I'm trying to grab 2 more trophies, and then I'll consider it done. Because there is still other stuff to do, but I don't think I will bother with it. In fact, it is post-finish that my only true issue with the game surfaces. The grind for completionists is utterly ridiculous in my opinion. I will not go for the platinum trophy, not because of the grind itself, but because of the RNG involved, and I hate RNG. You gotta be finding certain enemies that drop certain things, and they might drop certain things, yet they might not drop it, and finding the enemies themselves is a lottery. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that. I don't like that part of the game. But I only really had an issue with it on a post-game. So going through the game, going through the main story, you don't even have to care about any of that, because you won't be looking for anything specific like that. Yeah, to be clear, you don't need to put as many hours as I did. I believe the average is about 50 to 60 hours from what I've seen. But I did a small amount of grind here and there on like each area that we are about to finish, so that I wasn't under-leveled going to the next area, because that's the thing, obviously every time you go to another area, then the enemies are a bit stronger. So if you get there too weak, you might have a little bit more of a struggle. So I try to get there a little bit stronger, still grind a bit before the final boss on each area kind of thing. Just so I don't give myself such a hard time on the boss fights or overall while we're still in that area, to be honest. And yeah, I think I'll probably, for this video, now all the footage that I've got that I'm showing here is from early on, apart from a couple bits of cinematics that show a little bit further into the game. It is now an old game, and there are probably millions of videos spoiling everything. Literally, the whole story the whole game is on YouTube, I'm sure. But still, I'd rather just not be another one of them, and people should really play the game instead of watching. Because to be honest, this is not one of the games that it's actually that entertaining to watch, which is one of the many reasons why I didn't do like full playthrough kind of thing, because it's a lot of hours, and it's not that exciting to watch, because it's turn-based combat. There's a lot of stuff that you do in between that's really not exciting at all, and cutting all that into videos would also be a pain in the neck. So I think people really need to play the game and get involved with them. That's normally the case with this type of games anyway. You should play it. That's what it's been designed to be. Anyhow, I'll probably leave some footage in the background for a few more minutes. And yeah, happy gaming. and maybe give it a like and sub. It's definitely a different video from videos I've made in the past, a little bit. See how it goes. Well, take care, stay safe.
なんだこれは。
私どうしたのかな。負けないよ。行くよ。